hot here. You know, Michelle, was watching a bunch of man on the street interviews on the local news last night. I think a lot of Falcon fans would like to see Vic throw 5 touchdown passes, but the Falcons win 41-38. Rookie Matt Bosher will kick off and back deep. Another rookie, Dion Lewis, who is their 5th-round draft choice from the University of Pittsburgh. And away we go from Atlanta as the kick is fielded at the 2-yard line. And Lewis gets taken down at the 21-yard line by Troy Bierman. And here is the Philadelphia offense.
Michael Vick, Virginia Tech.
LaShawn McCoy,
Pitt Panthers.
Jeremy Macklin, Mizzou Titan. Deshaun Jackson, California.
Jason Avant, Harvard Military Academy.
Brent Selleck, Cincinnati.
Jason Peters, Arkansas.
Evan Mathis, Alabama.
Jason Kelsey, UC. Kyle Devan, Oregon State.
Todd Herman, Saginaw Valley.
And let it be duly noted, while the guys were introducing themselves, I would say it's about 75% booing as the Eagle offense comes out, with Vic starting from the shotgun at the 21-yard line, and Michael out of the pocket going right to the air, completes it to Jackson. Deshaun picks up 11 yards, and Philadelphia starts with a first down on the first offensive play.
Well, and we have our first new look here. John Abraham playing on the offense's right side to go against Todd Harriman's over there. A little chip on him. He is going to be the focal point of this protection for Mike Vick tonight.
Vic's numbers not that impressive through the air last week in St. Louis, but every time you look at his numbers, as they go to the Wildcat, you have to look at what he does rushing. And they start with Macklin taking the snap, and then they toss it back to Vic, who is positioned as a wideout. Michael becomes a running back and takes it out to the 39-yard line. So razzle-dazzle right off the bat with Lofton making the tackle, and that's a gain of 7 yards.
Well, let's just say there aren't a lot of quarterbacks in the NFL that could have gotten out of this mess. They go a little flea flicker play here. Absolutely nothing there. Completely covered. So he takes a broken play and almost picks up the first down. There's really nothing down the field. Deshaun Jackson there. Jeremy Macklin on the other side. Jackson never even looked back for it.
Macklin gave it to McCoy, then to Vic. 2nd down and 3. And they give it to McCoy. He had a big 4th quarter last week in St. Louis. It'll be 3rd and 1. Let's take a look at that Atlanta D.
John Ingram, South Carolina.
Corey Peters, Kentucky.
Corey Jerry, University of South Panola.
Ray Edwards, Purdue.
Stephen Nicholas, University of South Florida.
Curtis Lofton, Oklahoma.
Sean Weatherspoon, MIZ-ZOU.
Brent Grimes, Shippensburg University.
William Moore, University of Missouri.
James Sanders, Fresno State.
Dante Robinson, South Carolina.
One guy who's hurt and not playing tonight, Jonathan Babineau, their defensive tackle, and that could be big before the night is done. 3rd down and 1, and the handoff goes to McCoy. He gets tackled in the backfield. LaShawn McCoy taken down by Sean Witherspoon. He was their #1 draft choice out of the University of Missouri last year.
Right here, Clay Harbor comes down for the trap, and for some reason, LaShawn McCoy cuts the other side of it. You can't go there. There's nothing to that side. He was supposed to go just off of that trap, went to the wrong side of it, and ended up losing yardage.
So Witherspoon makes it a 4th down, and the rookie punter, Chaz Henry to Eric Weems, good run back man, but has no opportunity here. Fair catch called for at the 11-yard line. Let's take a look at the Atlanta starters.
Matt Ryan, Boston College.
Michael Turner, Northern Illinois.
Ovi Mahaley, the Wake Forest University.
Julio Jones, Alabama.
Roddy White, Alabama, Birmingham.
I'm Tony Gonzalez, University of California.
Sam Baker, Southern California.
Justin Blaylock, Texas at Austin.
Joe Hawley, UNLV.
Garrett Reynolds, University of North Carolina.
Tyson Clabo, Wake Forest.
Paulie, the man in the middle, taking over for Todd McClure, who is injured. So Matt Ryan, they had 3 turnovers last week, but Ryan 20-2 during the regular season at home. Starts with Turner and Mahaley in the backfield. They like to use the fullback a lot. And they give it to Turner, and Turner exploits a big hole over the right side. He gets out to the 19-yard line. That's a gain of 8. It'll be 2nd down and 2.
Well, this is the easiest game to figure out all season long. There's no doubt that if the Eagles have a weakness defensively, It's going to be stopping the run with Casey Matthews, a young linebacker in there. And if the Falcons do something really well, it's pounded in there with Michael Turner. They are going to test the Eagles tonight.
And that Eagle defensive line leaves some pretty good-sized gaps. Second down and 2. And again, big hole through the middle. And exploiting that gap was Michael Turner. So he's carried the ball twice on the opening drive for a total of 23 yards. That's worth 15. First down.
Boy, Tony Gonzalez, who's really known more as a pass receiver. Look at this block. They come across with Justin Blaylock on the trap. Gonzalez saw the inside move and just took Babin right down inside. And the Falcons are starting this game exactly how they hoped they could.
Now Ryan out of the shotgun. In the pocket. Going deep downfield for the rookie Jones, and the pass is incomplete as we take a look at the Eagle defense.
Jason Babin, Western Michigan.
Cullen Jenkins, Central Michigan.
Mike Patterson, Southern California.
Trent Cole, Cincinnati.
Jamar Chaney, Mississippi State.
Casey Matthews, University of Oregon.
Moses Foku, Maryland.
Asante Samuel, UCF Knights.
Jared Page, UCLA.
Kirk Coleman, The Ohio State.
Nnamdi Asamoah, Narbonne High School, UC Berkeley.
And it'll be second down and 10. Asamoah was the primary free agent before the season started. After the lockout, everybody went after him, in particular the Jets and Dallas, and in Philadelphia shepherded him away. On second and 10, they give it to the up back, and it's Turner playing in that spot there. And Cullen Jenkins, one of the new Eagles, a guy who comes over from Green Bay, great career with the Packers, 8th year in the league, makes the stop.
Watch the trap block effort this time, coming back inside by Reggie Kelly, and he just misses Cullen Jenkins, goes right by him. Jenkins, I tell you what, he was with the Packers last year, had a few injury issues. Watching him on tape already this season, he looks quicker and stronger than I've seen him in a while. Big pickup.
From the 32, third and 12 out of the gun. A ton of time, and that pass is caught by Julio Jones. They traded up 21 spots in the draft to get the 6'3", 220-pound rookie from Alabama, and he picks up 15 yards here.
Trent Cole just misses on this pass rush against Sam Baker. Almost gets Ryan's arm, but for Julio Jones, this is a big guy. We were out there on the practice field with him, and he is an impressive young man.
And that is Cullen Jenkins, who is down for the injury timeout. 100,000 animals, whale sharks, manta rays, beluga whales.
Very nice catch, too.
Caviar. From the 47-yard line on first down after Jenkins goes to the sideline. Michael Turner to the 49. One of the switches the Eagles made in the offseason shocked everybody. Juan Castillo had been their offensive line coach. They made him the defensive coordinator. He always wanted to go to the defensive side. So 17 years as an Eagles assistant, which predates Andy Reid. He goes to the other side of the ball. Of course, Jim Johnson was their great defensive coordinator for years and died 2 years ago. Sean McDermott took over for 2 years, and now it's up to Castillo. Second and 6. Turner again. You know, Chris, last night we were talking to Reid, so I said, well, what did Castillo say? He's a defensive coordinator. His first ever play is last week, and Steven Jackson runs 47 yards for a touchdown. He said, Andy, it's okay. Everything's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. And he was right, because they didn't score another touchdown.
He absolutely was right, but we also learned that the only reason that they were able to move Juan Castillo was because they came up with Howard Mudd as the offensive line coach. Andy was not going to take Castillo away from that offensive line until he figured out that Howard Mudd was available.
Jenkins is back in the game. Look at that spacing through the middle there, but it's a passing down. And forget how much spacing there was, because here comes Jenkins, and I'll say he got back into the game.
Cullen Jenkins right here is going to give Garrett Reynolds a tough time all night long. Let's see if there's a little helmet-to-helmet contact here.
You bet.
No doubt about that one.
And no flag. DeSean Jackson to run the kickback. Matt Bosher is a rookie from Miami. They drafted him in the 6th round. Not too many people like to kick it to Jackson, at least not on a line. This one is high enough that he gets under it and calls for a fair catch at the 18-yard line. 7:53 remaining in the opening quarter in Atlanta. No score. Michael Vick last week in St. Louis told us, he said, I thought I could have done a lot better. There were his numbers. Rushing, he would have had 100. He was at 100 rushing yards, and then the game ended with 3 kneel downs. He lost 1 on each, so he winds up with 97 net. And he starts this drive, Philadelphia's second, from the 19-yard line. Blitz coming, he can expect it, but he's going to roll and then throw, and Jackson makes the catch, but he's out of bounds. Incomplete, second down.
And I think what Michael was so frustrated with was his inability to pick up the blitz reads. It's something he's been working very hard on, along with Marty Morningwig, and he felt like he was just doing it great in practice, and then he got in the game and he reverted to form. He started running around. Well, they don't want him running that much. They want him to survive this season, and so the focus tonight is don't let the blitz beat us.
Remember last year he missed 4 games with cracked ribs. Incurred in the Redskin game in October. Second down and 10. And Vick throws, and it's caught up at the 21-yard line by Brent Selleck, the tight end. He's tackled by Sean Weatherspoon, and it will be 3rd and 8.
Well, like so many teams, they're going to try and rush this way to get Mike Vick to go to his right. That's a much tougher position for a left-handed quarterback to try and make the throw, but there are all kinds of theories. Not everything works. I've heard them all, but Brian Van Gorder is going to try and mix it up tonight. They think they have to be multiple.
Eagles send Macklin and Jackson to the same side of the field. 3rd and 8. Almost jumped offside. Vick steps up, guns it over the middle, and the pass is incomplete. So the secondary does its job. That was intended for Jason Avant. Pressure put on by Kelvin Hayden. Vick looked around for a flag and doesn't get one, and it's 4th down.
And now that's really the best theory. If you're going to play against Michael Vick, you want him to throw from the pocket. Not that he can't do that. He certainly can. But of all the options, that one's probably the easiest to handle.
4th down now, and one of 2 rookie kickers, Chaz Henry. The field goal kicker, also a rookie. Now it's Henry. And back is Weems. The Pro Bowler fields it at the 43. And Weems takes it all the way to the Eagle 38-yard line. So Ryan is set up in good shape with 6:42 left in the quarter. No score. A lot of good extra stuff. You can log on to NBCSports.com/SNF Extra. Check out a lot of different ways you can see different parts of the game, numbers and reports from Michelle and Mike Florio online. Now, from the 38-yard line, Atlanta's second possession. And a quick toss to Roddy White, who led the league in receptions last year, gain of 3.
Well, let's go back to that last play, and it's tough enough to try and stop Mike Vick with 11. A lot of people like to have 12, but when you do it with just 10, it's even tougher, but they got it done. Bray Jerry, a little late running off the field, thought he was the 12th guy, ended up he was the 11th.
Second down and 6. Four-man rush. Ryan to the outside, has an open man, and that's Tony Gonzalez. To the 20-yard line goes the man who no doubt will be enshrined in Canton someday. Spectacular years in Kansas City, and now wrapping up his career here in Atlanta.
Well, here's Gonzalez working against Chaney on the outside. And the one thing you notice when you watch Tony Gonzalez run his routes is the guy just never tips anything. You don't know if he's going deep. You don't know if he's cutting to the right, cutting to the left. reason why he'll be in the Hall of Fame one day.
165 straight games, most ever by a tight end. Put that in perspective. That's the equivalent of more than 10 seasons. From the 19-yard line. And the ball is handed off to Turner. And the 250-pound former San Diego Charger picks up 9 to the 10-yard line.
Well, they call this a wide 9. They play their ends way out wide here and try and go up the field, but it leaves big holes inside. And right now, the Atlanta Falcons are taking advantage of that with some of these cutback plays. I mean, they basically really didn't even block Trent Cole on that one at all. And the linebackers are getting walled off inside. Nice job by Justin Blaylock.
2nd and 1. Turner's rushed for 35 in the quarter. Had 100 last week in Chicago. Tries to add some more and will, and takes the ball to the 4-yard line. Philadelphia last year, one of the reasons they made the switch defensively with a flag down in the last play was their red zone defense. First call of the night coming from Carl Cheffers. And Atlanta indicating it's against Philadelphia.
Personal foul, number 97, defense, half the distance to the goal. First down.
Cullen Jenkins is going to take the ball to the 2-yard line.
We're going to see Julio Jones here is going to go down and block the safety. They're basically going to leave Asante Samuel alone to let him make the tackles. He probably is outweighed by 50 pounds by Michael Turner.
Turner, the running back, on 1st and goal. Toss to him. Turner trying to cut it back. And picks up a few inches. It'll be 2nd down and goal with 4 minutes to go in the scoreless opening first quarter.
Well, you could see it there again. They're just trying to isolate Asante Samuel on the outside and just force him to make the play. At least that time he was able to undercut the offensive lineman and get it turned back inside.
Now Jones and White both come out of the game, so they line up tight. Mahaley is the fullback. Turner is the tailback. Turner behind Mahaley, but he can only get to the 1-yard line, so it'll be 3rd down and goal. Casey Matthews in the middle right there, the middle linebacker, the rookie 4th-round pick out of Oregon, and the brother, of course, of Green Bay's Clay.
Well, anytime you're playing defense on the goal line, you're just trying to get some penetration in here. And the Eagles do a great job with Patterson and Cullen Jenkins on that one, and just sort of took out the fullback that time by Jenkins and able to clog it up.
3rd and goal. Ryan this time will try it from the gun. Over the middle, back of the end zone. It is caught by Roddy White for the touchdown. Roddy White led the league in receptions last year with 115. Works that back line. Of course, every scoring play is reviewed, and they'll look at this upstairs.
Let's see if he stepped out. He came close, but I think he kept his feet in bounds. Nope, that was all good right there. That was some fight for the ball that time by Roddy White. Never stepped out. Kurt Coleman really in perfect position. They had 4 wide receivers to the left-hand side. It was something the Eagles had done a week ago, and that time the Falcons threw it right back on them.
Touchdown is confirmed. Castillo telling Andy it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay.
It's going to be their MO now.
Right. Matt Bryant for the extra point. And so the Falcons are able to exploit good field position. They started from the 38, 4 rushes, 3 passes. And late in the first quarter, it's Atlanta 7, Philadelphia nothing. Atlanta, Olympic Park, not far from the Georgia Dome. Atlanta, the host city of the 96 Summer Olympics. And that kick is fielded by Dion Lewis, 4 yards in. Good coverage by the Falcons. Vic and his group going back to work from the 15. Michael Vick timeline back in 01, 10 years ago, #1 overall pick out of Virginia Tech. Had a spectacular night at Lambeau in the 02 playoffs, beating the Packers there. 3 times to the Pro Bowl, then rewarded in 05 with a contract valued at $130 million, and you know the rest. Pled guilty to federal dogfighting charges, sentenced to almost 2 years in prison, spent about a year and a half in prison, came out. Philadelphia signed him in 09 to be the backup to McNabb. He started last year as the backup to Kevin Cobb, and Cobb got hurt on opening day. He took over. Michael got hurt, and he took over again when he was healthy, and now he just signed a mammoth new deal. As Vic throws over the middle, that quick flip of his to Jeremy Maclin, so effortless to the 36-yard line, like he's throwing darts.
I'll tell you, that's exactly what they're looking for out of Mike Vick. That was a thing of beauty right there. Just sort of little flip of the wrist as you described it. But watch how effortless this is. And his arm gets in such incredible positions. I think everything in my elbow and shoulder would snap if my arm got all the way back, laid back there like that. Pretty nice throw.
Gain of 20 on first down now. They're going to run a reverse, and this is Maclin going all the way back. And he's going to run out of room on the far sideline. He's taken down by Brent Grimes.
The Eagles certainly have not been shy here early on. There's Arthur Blank, who had the decision to make initially what to do with Mike Vick.
Well, he signed him, and then Michael said when we talked to him yesterday, and I think he told Bob Costas the same thing in our football night interview. He said, "I love that man unconditionally." Second down and 9. The ball is at the 37-yard line. And a fake toss. And Ronnie Brown, the former Dolphin, another guy who has been to a Pro Bowl. I love that play. You don't see that. You used to see that like 30 years ago. That fake toss and then the handoff inside.
I love that play. Never in a million years would you think that Ronnie Brown's going to get this ball, fake that toss, trap inside, down with Harriman's. That was cool. I tell you what, Marty Morningwig's got a few tricks up his sleeve already in this one.
Ball at the 48-yard line, final minute of the opening quarter. They run a draw here, and McCoy is going to get taken down from behind. That's a nice tackle by the safety, William Moore, grabbing him from behind after a gain of 5.
You know, LaShawn McCoy last week really didn't have a lot going until the fourth quarter, and then he sort of turned into Mariano Rivera and closed that game out against the Rams. But he is an explosive player. 78 catches a season ago, led the team in rushing and receptions. Not talked about a lot, but really a top-notch running back.
They give him a break, and Dion Lewis, a rookie out of Pittsburgh, 5th-round pick, fake to him, off play action, pass caught, and that's going to be Deshaun Jackson for a first down. On what should be the final play of the quarter. They'll wind the clock as soon as it's set. And that is the end of the first quarter in Atlanta with the score. Atlanta 7 and Philadelphia nothing. NBC's Sunday Night Football continues after these messages. Leading 7-0. And it's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Play action, pass caught out on the right side by Maclin, covered by Grimes. And let's go back to the last play of the first quarter, and Vick got rattled.
Yeah, you know, they don't want Mike Vick running around, but in the pocket sometimes can be kind of dangerous as well. For Jerry that time getting a piece of them. They've got their own little defensive line rotation going over there. Of course, brought over Ray Edwards from the Minnesota Vikings to help offset some of the protections that John Abraham always sees.
Second down and 5. Here's McCoy slipping to the outside, turning the corner. First down, gain of 7 for LaShawn McCoy.
Well, they've been doing a lot of that sort of trapping motion going across the formation. And LaShawn McCoy is a little bit like Mike Vick. You never know exactly where he's going to go. They can start to the right and then end up all the way to the left-hand side. And you end up with a poor guy like James Sanders out there trying to make an open field tackle.
From the 25-yard line, first down. Underneath, screen, McCoy. And McCoy to the 15-yard line, tackled by Weatherspoon.
You know, this has really been a completely different kind of game for Mike Vick than what he did against the Rams a week ago. He was really the sort of the Atlanta Falcons, Mike Vick, in that game, running all over the place, scrambling, making plays, and yet you can see, and he is determined to play differently. He wants to play from the pocket, read those hot reads. Looks like LaShawn McCoy is hurt.
Yeah, McCoy came out favoring his hand or wrist. They bring Ronnie Brown into the game. He of Wildcat fame in Miami. They fake it to him, and then Vick will take off, and Vick will take it inside the 10. Bierman makes the tackle. It'll be second down and 3 from the 8.
Now that was one of the few intentional runs that they'll end up having. They're going to fake the cross play here and then just cut it right back inside. Looks like that may have even been a read. You see that run a lot in colleges around the country.
We asked him last night, what percentage of your runs are designed? And Michael said about 5%.
Well, he's done for the night then.
Handoff inside to Brown. And Brown will get gang rustled at the 7-yard line. Curtis Lofton is the first guy there. It'll be third down and 2.
Well, Mike Smith was so disappointed in his defense last week against the Chicago Bears. They just had a terrible day tackling, things that you don't associate with this defense. And he was on them all week long. He expected much better things tonight.
Falcons had never had so much as 2 consecutive winning years until he got here. Meanwhile, McCoy still flexing that hand. Third and 3. Flag is thrown, and Vick has that one dropped by Jackson. Flag down on the near side of the field at the line of scrimmage.
Offside, number 55. Defense lined up in the neutral zone, half the distance to the goal. Fourth down.
Big play there as Abraham was across the line, and it's first and goal now.
Red line's the line of scrimmage, and right there you can see his hand across the line, and that is one killer penalty right there. Sean Jackson dropped the pass, but now you turn it over, and it's first and goal.
From the 4.
Yeah, you can write that one down. John, get back.
So far 80 yards on this drive over 6 minutes. Brown in the backfield. Here's Brown. Nope. Taken down at the 5. Ray Edwards. Let's check in quickly with Michelle.
Well, McCoy is coming back into the game. The trainers were looking at him, checking out that left hand, in particular his pinky finger, also looking at the elbow. They made sure he could grip a football, hold on to the football. They tried stripping him of the football here on the sidelines and determined he was okay to come back in, Al.
All right, thank you, Michelle. And there he is, lined up behind the fullback, Owen Schmidt, second down and goal. Jackson comes in motion. Vick to the end zone. Caught. Macklin, touchdown. Jeremy Macklin, who had a number of huge medical issues in the offseason. They didn't know what was wrong. Turned out to be a virus, but he's 100% now and scores.
Well, this is the power of Deshaun Jackson. When he goes up here, he draws all the coverage, and here comes Macklin. Not a soul on earth followed him. Double team on Jackson. Just an absolutely blown coverage, and now the offsides by John Abraham cost them at least 4 points.
Alex Henry Rookie out of Nebraska, picked him in the 4th round. Great college kicker. Taking over for the longtime place kicker David Akers, now in San Francisco. And he ties the game. 10:54 remaining in the opening half in Atlanta. 7-7. Georgia Dome's been around for 2 decades now. The facility, game tied at 7. Henry to kick off, and that'll result in a touchback. Falcons will go to work from the 20-yard line early in the 2nd quarter. 7-7. 7-7 at the Georgia Dome in Atlanta. Mike Smith, he was the defensive coordinator at Jacksonville before getting this job, and that was a shock when he got it. It came out of nowhere in 2008. First down from the 20-yard line. Ryan, great ball handling, and then the pass is, I think, caught. It's the rookie Jones who somehow comes up with the ball, and he wasn't even tackled until after he had possession and got back up to the 47-yard line. So let's take a look at this again. That's the way it's ruled on the field. Atlanta doesn't want a challenge. It's 28 yards. It may have hit the ground. Will Philadelphia challenge this? Andy Reid has to do it in a hurry, and he does. Andy fires the flag out there. The Falcons knew that the ball hit the ground. The way they rushed up to the line, and Andy said, we got to take a look at this, and they're going to probably win this challenge.
Well, it comes off Coleman right back to Julio Jones, who it clearly hits the ground. Yeah, no question about that.
Challenging the ruling on the field of a completed pass. We'll review the play.
So Andy's going to win this challenge. Should be quick work for Shepherds over at the screen. Carl Shepherds to confirm what we already know.
After review, the ball hit the ground. It is an incomplete pass. It'll be 2nd and 10 for Atlanta on the 20-yard line.
Reid wins the challenge.
Reset the game clock to 10:48. 10:48, please.
Well, here's Julio Jones on the outside, and it's a really poor route. You're going to see him just basically stop at the top end of it. Asante Samuel all over him. Really, all he had to do was come back to the football, and I think he would have made the catch. Asante said, not in this league, babe.
Reid does not challenge very often. Since '99, the Eagles last in the league in challenges. Andy, over time, with less than 5 challenges per season. And there it is, fewest since Andy came into the league in '99. Wins this one here. He's already challenged 2 this year. 1 last week. 2nd down and 10. And they want to move the ball to the center of the field between the hash marks. Reason for that stoppage.
And that's really key, Al. No, it's not.
Hey, if a guy's out of bounds, if he's out of bounds by an inch. 2nd and 10. Outstanding analysis. Michael Turner, gain of 1. You know, occasionally a GM puts his backside on the line, and that's what Thomas Dimitroff did. He traded up 21 spots. Look at what they gave up to Cleveland in a draft day trade, because they wanted to get a guy who could move downfield. They have Roddy White. He's terrific, but he works a lot underneath. Doesn't go downfield deep. So they wanted a guy that Ryan could stretch the field with. And there is Dimitroff, who made that move. They get Jones, and of course they expect him to be a star. 3rd and 9.
Illegal substitution, 12 men in the huddle. Offense, 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
And that's going to make a 3rd down and 14.
Well, if you want to know why Dimitroff made the trade, look at this thing. Pre-game warm-up. We were trying to guesstimate how high he got for that ball. But after he caught it, he kind of came walking back, and even he was laughing. It just was one of those that he just kept going up. I was like, what was that?
Hey, 51's a mine!
His numbers last year in Tuscaloosa. 3rd down and 14. And the blitz coming. Ryan stepping up, throws, and it's incomplete. Intended for Jones, and he is drawing a crowd. Asamoah was on him that time. Had help as well. 4th and long.
I'll tell you what. Poor Julio Jones. He's getting some of the best corners in the league. Now Nnamdi Asomugha on his side. Watch this coverage. If you're going to spend that much money for a corner, you better be able to cover like that. He had a couple of misses last week in the game against the Rams, but settling in this one.
Bosher to punt. Jackson to run it back, and who can forget, certainly the Giants can't, the run back that ended the game at the Meadowlands last year.
Directional kicking should be the choice against this guy. Not that direction.
No. Jackson's going to have a chance to run it back. They're close enough to the sideline that they can force him out of bounds with 9.5 minutes to go in the half, and the game tied 7-7. Mike Smith, and one reason he's had such success here, preaching the fundamentals and very few penalties and very few turnovers. The Falcons, last year, first team in the history of the league to go an entire year without having 2 turnovers or 6 penalties in any game. And then what happens in the postseason against Green Bay here? 7 penalties, 4 turnovers, got blown out by the Packers, and then 3 turnovers and 9 penalties last week. LaShawn McCoy is the running back here as the Eagle drive starts from the Atlanta 45. Vick on that diagonal roll and then throws over the middle, and the pass is broken up, intended for Jackson and broken up by Dante Robinson. 2 of those certainly made an acquaintance last year, and both wound up on the ground with a concussion.
Anytime you have somebody that runs 4-3, watch Mike Vick run this stretch play. Nobody on the planet can get out there quite that far, and it really creates pressure on the defense. So now they're going play action off of it. It's pretty good coverage down the field here as well by Robinson.
From the 45-yard line to the outside, and then cutting it back, McCoy. Then hits straight down the middle and takes it to the 41-yard line. Weatherspoon's been in on a lot of stops tonight. Gain of 4, 3rd and 6.
I'll tell you, the Eagles probably make more plays out of plays that look like they're going to be 5-yard losses than any team in the league. We saw it with Vick earlier, and now McCoy giving us one of the same. They really had that one stuffed in the backfield.
3rd and 6. Look at Steve Smith coming into the game, the former Giant. Spread him wide left. McCoy and Brown are in the backfield. And both stay in the block. And Vick throws, and that is caught by Jason Avant all the way to the 13-yard line before Sanders runs him out of bounds. So they convert on 3rd down, and it's 1st and 10 after a gain of 29.
Todd Harriman's had to move out to right tackle, and watch the job that he does this time on John Abraham. Tries to go with the inside move, clears him out, lets Mike Vick stand there long enough for that crossing route to get there. Big play.
Spotted at the 12-yard line.
Mark 56!
They go 3 by 1 to the left side here for Vick. Over the middle he goes. That is caught, and that is Brent Selleck, the tight end, taking the ball to the 3-yard line. Gain of 9, 2nd and 1.
Just can't get over how differently Mike Vick is playing tonight than what he did just a week ago. He is just standing in the pocket, reading it out. Last year, over 100 quarterback rating. When I first saw him playing with the Atlanta Falcons, if you'd have told me he'd ever have over 100 quarterback rating, I would have never believed it. Give a lot of credit to Marty Morningweg, his offensive coordinator, Andy Reid. They have changed him into a better quarterback.
He's 9 out of 12 for 102. 2nd and 1. Here's McCoy, and he's going to get spun down shy of a 1st down. Ray Edwards, who played with the Vikings, he was kind of the lost guy because they had the Williams wall up front. And they had Jared Allen, of course, and Edwards was the other guy.
Oh, Ray Edwards is not John Abraham as far as a pass rusher, but he is a guy that can set the edge against the run, and if you leave him one-on-one, he'll get his fair share of sacks as well.
3rd and 1. Vick pressure and escapes and throws, and it's knocked away and batted up in the air and volleyballed incomplete. Curtis Lofton, the middle linebacker, swatting it, and it's 4th down.
There's no way to practice what you're going to see in the game. Watch Ray Edwards come up the field here and basically has Mike Vick dead to rights. Anybody but Mike Vick dead to rights. And then the Falcons almost came up with a huge turnover.
Alex Henry to kick the field goal, 22 yards. Chance Henry to hold it, and the kick is good. 22-yard field goal, and the Eagles take the lead, 10-7. 4-0.
Nothing better than high school football. Love it.
Eagles by 3, and the kickoff is taken by Weems. He's going to run it out from 8 yards in. See a lot more of those 108-yard returns this year, at least attempts.
Well, let's show you a little bit of this wide 9 technique. You can see these ends out so wide here, but there's huge spaces in between, and it puts so much pressure on these linebackers to have to make plays in big gaps. So what they're going to ask are those defensive ends to come down hard inside and look at their stance. They're just looking at the ball. They know they're going to draw a straight line into that offensive tackle and try and cram him back inside. There's no finesse to this whatsoever. They are just going to attack the tackles.
Usain Bolt should talk to Babin about coming out of the starting blocks. He looks like he's running the 100-meter dash in the Olympics as Michael Turner takes it up to the 30-yard line for a gain of a couple.
And this is what the Eagles did not do well last week. Yeah, they would come on this direct line, but then they didn't get off and make plays on the run. So then you get the big hit there on Baker. Now come off and make the play. As they were saying, you have to be violent coming off for the run.
A little over 6 to play in the half. 2nd down and 8. Turner back over the fullback, Mahaley. And Turner takes it out to the 35. It'll be 3rd and 3.
Well, Jim Washburn is the guy that they brought in. Andy Reid just loved that wide 9 technique that he saw in Tennessee and played against. They said it really gave him fits, and so why not go get the guy that sort of originated it down there, Jim Washburn, and they're committed to it. This is the way they're going to play. They know they're going to give up some running yards, but they don't care. This is a passing league, as they say.
3rd and 3. Blitz coming, and they get Ryan and knock him down at the 31-yard line. Mike Patterson got in there, and then Trent Cole finished him off. Mike Patterson had that seizure in training camp, and that was scary, but he's fine now.
Well, Patterson's going to get the assist, but Trent Cole's going to hang with it here. He was pretty well blocked by Sam Baker, but when Patterson got a little piece of the jersey of Matt Ryan, it's just enough for Trent Cole to get back. I tell you, this defense, after giving up some runs early, they just like they did last week, they've gotten better as they've gone along.
They've got Macklin back there instead of Jackson to run this back. The rookie Bosher, a high angled kick. It will bound out of bounds somewhere around the 30-yard line. Talked about the 6 Pro Bowlers they acquired. Babin out of Tennessee. Asamoah was the primary guy everybody was looking for. Brown. Vince Young is the backup quarterback. Smith from the Giants. Giant fans can't understand that one. And Rogers Cromartie, who was with Arizona. And no non-expansion team has had 6 former All-Stars, 31 or younger. That's important. There's Jeffrey Lurie with Christina Lurie, and they went out and he said, one of the things he said was, hey, look, we know how good Green Bay was. They beat us in the playoffs, and they did it with a lot of injuries, and those guys were coming back. We had to upgrade the talent.
All right, Ryan Grant or Michael Finley was coming back off a team that had already beaten them in the playoffs, so he said, we've got to go get better.
False start,
Penalty here. False start.
5-yard penalty. First down.
You know what I find amazing about Philadelphia? Asamoah's out there. I mean, Oakland doesn't have that many high-priced guys, but they can't sign them. And then Philadelphia figures out a way through Joe Banner and Howie Roseman, the general manager, to work that salary cap like no team I can think of recently.
Well, and the other thing was they kept him away from the Dallas Cowboys. You know, the Cowboys certainly hurting for a cornerback, and they basically outbid them for Nnamdi Asamoah.
First and 15. And that play clock runs out. So you've got back-to-back penalties. And it'll be first and 20.
First charge timeout, Philadelphia. A 30-second timeout.
Well, they got it before the delay. They called the timeout.
You know, and that wasn't the only guy, Nnamdi. You know, they do a preemptive strike on Steve Smith, too. So they basically have hurt the teams in their division by signing some of these guys, too.
Well, I've heard fans say, wait a second, why can't our team, way under the salary cap, get these guys? And Philadelphia, with a ton of high-priced people, are able to go out and do it. Pretty good.
They were indeed, and Deshaun Jackson may have been the only guy rolling his eyes a little bit. He was trying to get a new contract, and he kept seeing everybody else get signed.
Right. The quarterback comparison tonight, only 7 attempts for Matt Ryan.
And the pressure, you know, Matt Ryan has been under pressure all night long. This is a pass defense team. That is where they're going to hang their hat. And you've seen it tonight both with the coverage and the pass rush.
First and 15. It fires it over the middle, juggle, caught, and that's Selleck to the 50-yard line. Those who own Selleck in fantasy leagues, they were worried, uh-oh, he's going to come up gimpy here. He picks up 24 yards. I was going to say that he figured to be a little less a part of this offense, but he's already caught 3 tonight, and now he's down for an injury timeout.
What an incredible throw this is from Mike Vick. Watch the pressure. He's going to get hit right in the knees. Still has the arm strength to get this thing off. And just as good a catch on the other side was Selleck. One-hander down the middle of the field and takes a shot.
It's Vance Walker who goes into the lower body of Vick.
I didn't think it was at the knees, though. I thought it was a good no call. It was much more around the hip thigh area. And here's a big weapon for the Eagles down.
It was Dante Robinson with the hit on Selleck. So Selleck, an outstanding tight end.
Let's take a look at this one. Contact up around the hip area. Certainly a dangerous play. They're going to call that one occasionally, but I thought that was the proper call, a no call on that one.
And Selleck able to get off under his own power as he goes to the sideline. The backup tight end for Philadelphia's Clay Harbor. And they wind the clock with 4.5 now to go in the half, and it's a first down at the 49-yard line.
Nice 50, nice 50.
Short drop, catch made, and that's Smith, Steve Smith, former Giant, gain of 9.
Another nice read that time by Vick. John Abraham dropped out this time as a zone blitzer. He's coming back there, and I thought he was going to get the interception. And Vick just threw it right around him. Very dangerous throw, but you saw Mike Vick looking that way the whole way. He worked around him to Steve Smith.
Well, Selleck comes back in. Good news for the Eagles. Smith has just made his first catch as a Philadelphian, and on 2nd and 1, it's McCoy behind Schmidt. And there's a flag. It might be a face mask here or a horse collar. Weatherspoon got him around the neck, and that's going to probably tack on 15 more.
I tell you what, Jason Peters made one of the best blocks I've seen all year on that play. What an athlete he is. Holy cow. Looked like a running back going around the corner there.
Illegal use of hands, number 90, defense. That penalty is declined. Personal foul, face mask, number 23, defense. That penalty will be accepted and added to the end of the play. Automatic. First down.
A lot of stuff going on. Robinson with the penalty, 15 yards.
Left tackle right here. Watch this reach block on the outside. Flies out there, gets up on the defensive end, Lawrence Sidbury. Just no contest. There is maybe 2 tackles in the league that can make that play, and there you saw the face mask.
And there was Weatherspoon getting his hand on the face mask. First down. Vick almost had his arm jostled as he was getting ready to throw it. Intended for Selleck. It's incomplete. 2nd down.
You know, Al, this is all very interesting stuff to me. If I were a defensive coordinator, and Mike Vick's playing really well. I mean, let's just put it that way. But if I were a defensive coordinator and you said, Mike Vick going to do the hot reads from the pocket or he's going to run around, which one do you take? Give me the pocket, right?
Absolutely. Well, you pick your poison. but you have to say the pocket. You don't want him to extend the play and expand the field.
But you also want this guy healthy at the end of the season, and that's goal number 1.
2nd and 10, and the pass is caught by Macklin. And Macklin takes it to the 14-yard line. Running back to the center of the field. Ticking down at 3 minutes. Kelvin Hayden, former Colt, makes the tackle. 3rd and 3.
I'll tell you, the Falcons are not afraid to take some borderline shots against Vic. That time, Bray Jerry got one more on him.
Riley Cooper wide left. They've got Smith wide to the right. And Vic is going to take off. Pick up the first down, and he's out of bounds at the 5, where it'll be first down and goal, chased by Stephen Nicholas.
Well, this is the problem when you rush 4. It's like trying to contain a great pass or punt returner. You're going to see there's basically going to be a wall right here, and nobody left. Now, good luck trying to tackle number 7 once he gets in space out there. Mike is just picking his spots for running tonight. He is turned into the pocket passer who occasionally on those big third downs will make plays like that.
Philly with 199 yards and Atlanta with only 74. Handoff, losing the football, and it's picked up by Ray Edwards. And Edwards is being chased from behind by Jackson, and he's going to save a touchdown at the 21-yard line. But that was Parade Jerry at the 2-minute warning who was able to create the fumble. So Philly looks like they're going in for a touchdown, and at the 2-minute warning, Atlanta's almost in the red zone. So the halftime show coming right up with Bob, Dan, and the gang. Tony Romo, after last week's disaster, leads them to an overtime win despite a fractured rib. Tom Brady, another big day. Bob will talk about the NFL's 2 surprise teams, the Lions and the Bills, coming up on the Toyota halftime show. Go back and take a look at that play after this play. It gives Atlanta the ball at the 24 of Philadelphia, down by 3. Ryan to put it up. And that's caught at the 10-yard line. Tony Gonzalez makes the catch. First down with minute 50 to the half. Let's go back to the big play.
Well, Bray Jerry was trying to just get up the field right here. They're trying to influence him here, trap him here. But instead, Jerry just goes straight for the quarterback and gets Mike Vick, who attempted to fake a pitch before he came back for the handoff, and there's just no way. But Deshaun Jackson, touchdown saving play here. Weatherspoon just couldn't catch up with him, and that is some hustle play by the All-Pro.
From the 11-yard line now, the Pajackos Rogers, a rookie out of Oregon State, in the backfield at the tailback spot. Toss it to him. He turns the corner, and Rogers takes it to the 6-yard line. His first carry of the night. 2nd and 5.
Yeah, Rogers, I think, averaged about 7 yards a carry in college, and tiny little guy. You see him on the practice field. If he's 5'6", he's a tall 5'6", but once he turns the corner, he has surprising power. We're asking Mike Mularkey, the offensive coordinator, can he block? He said, you'd be surprised. He hangs in there pretty good.
What is Darren Sproles like?
Yeah, Darren Sproles was okay the other night, too, wasn't he?
Pretty good. 2nd and 5 from the 6. Now they go back to the big back, and this is Turner fighting his way inside the 5-yard line. We tick down under a minute. Atlanta has all of its timeouts. Back to the Vic fumble again.
Well, this all is predicated upon the idea that you can influence out Bray Jerry. But Jerry was having none of it, and he just came flying up towards Mike Vick. And so that whole fake pitch was just too much time. He got there too quickly.
Falcons have taken their first timeout with 50 ticks on the clock. 64-yard return by Edwards.
And you saw Jason Peters there talking to Mike Vick saying, what happened? I didn't have a chance to get there.
3rd and 3. What's your call? Come on, you're coaching high school football.
Yeah, I don't get to call that many of them, but I think in this situation you've got to take a chance. You've got big, powerful receivers on the outside, and in my opinion, you let one of them try and go up and make a play. That's the reason you go spend all that money on those guys.
What about Gonzalez?
Pretty good down there too.
Yep.
Looks like more of a zone, not man down here though.
3rd and 3. And he goes for Gonzalez. Does he stay in? Yes, he does. Touchdown for Tony Gonzalez.
It's just a matter, did he gain control of it? I think his feet got down. See if he controls it in time. There's control. Are there 2 feet?
Oh boy, that's
it's just a matter where they're going to say he controls it. You can control it with one hand there. Not sure the second foot ever got down after that moment of control.
Got to think Sheffers is going to get buzzed, in a manner of speaking.
Oh boy, that's close.
And he has been. So Gonzalez, I think everybody remembers Tony, or now if you follow football, great basketball player, 6'5", he can go up and get it. And he went up and got that one, but the question is, with both feet down and possession.
Working against Chaney here on this one, really had to kind of fight through him to get to the back of the end zone. Right there were there 2 feet down at that moment when he pinned it against his chest. I don't think you can claim until there
that he has it.
And they're
right.
2 feet down. I think that looks pretty good.
Well, the ball is moving. I don't know. You look at that right foot. It's about as close as it can get. Jeffers will go over and take a long look at whatever angles are available to him.
Well, remember also, because he's going to the ground in the process of making the catch, he has to maintain control of it, and I think he did.
Well, that foot, both feet are, well, you think they're down there. They appear to be down. I don't say it. Yeah, they do.
It was ruled a touchdown, so that's to their advantage there as well.
It is. You have to see enough to overturn it.
I think control is there. And I think there are 2 feet down. And assuming that he maintained complete possession of this ball, which I think that he does, it's going to be a touchdown. That's going to be one incredible catch for a touchdown, too. I'm going to have you start calling my high school plays. You called that one, big dog.
Well, with T. Gonzalez, you always have to think about him.
Yeah, Julio Jones was sitting there all by himself inside the goal line, too.
This will give Atlanta the lead if it's upheld after it looked like Philadelphia was moving in for a possible touchdown.
After review, the receiver controlled the ball against his body with 2 feet in the end zone. It is a touchdown.
A remarkable turn of events. The fumble, Jackson with a touchdown saving tackle, but then Ryan is able to take him in by hitting Gonzalez, and now Matt Bryant to kick the extra point.
And the Eagles turned their game around last week with a play just like it from their defense, and now they have one go against them.
44 seconds remaining in the opening half. 14-10 Atlanta. Premier Week is here. Don't miss NBC's new drama series, Prime Suspect, starring Maria Bello. Premieres Thursday. Maria Bello is from the Philadelphia area, and she really is a huge Eagles fan. She's not happy at the moment, but good luck on Prime Suspect. Speaking of being an Eagles fan, Matt Ryan grew up in Philadelphia, went to school there. He grew up as a big Eagles fan. Spent a lot of time with the vet.
A lot of big plays in this one so far to put the Falcons in front. John Abraham offsides early led to the first touchdown for the Philadelphia Eagles. Then it was Jeremy Maclin sort of getting hidden in between, but Bray Jerry with the play of the game so far. Tony Gonzalez and Matt Ryan made it stick.
Gonzalez now has 89 career touchdown passes. He was in a tie with Don Maynard, former Jet, AFL star. 10th place all time. Of course, he's only like halfway or less to Jerry Rice. That record will stand for a while. The rookie Dion Lewis brings it back to the 22-yard line. So Tony Gonzalez, great career at Kansas City, 50 catches in 13 consecutive years. The question is, how much longer? Take a look at this. By the end of this season, if he can stay healthy, he's going to be second all time in receptions, only behind Jerry Rice. From the 22 now, 38 seconds. Philly has 2 timeouts.
You want to be a little conservative here. You can take a shot at probably a screen, a draw, something where you're not going to turn it over.
Well, they go 4 wide. 5-man rush. Vic buys time, throws, and that's a gain to close to midfield. Steve Smith, he's going to try to get out of bounds to conserve a timeout, and he doesn't because they rule him inbounds and stopped at the 42, and the Eagles will now have to take a timeout with 26 seconds.
Well, unless you're Mike Vick, and then you look out at your screen guy and say, I don't need to go there, and go downfield to my new guy, who I love the fact that the Giants don't have him, and we do now. We might hear a little something about that story next week, too. The Giants didn't feel like Steve Smith was going to be healthy until the 1st of October, and he's out here proving otherwise.
Giants go to Philadelphia next week. Giants have the Monday nighter at home tomorrow against St. Louis. 26 seconds, 1 timeout. From the 42. And coming across the line, that's Edwards, who was lined up over the center.
Encroachment, number 93, defense, 5-yard penalty, first down.
The Eagles at least trying to get into field goal range for their new rookie kicker, Alex Henry.
I'll tell you, this is one of those moments, Al, where if Mike Vick is going to run, this is a pretty good time for it. The Falcons, with a lot of guys back in coverage, should have some lanes.
Having a 3-man rush, 8 back. Vick dancing, getting away, and loses the ball again. It's picked up at the 48-yard line. John Abraham stripped it, and Atlanta gets the ball back right in front of Mike Smith and the Falcon bench. Stephen Nicholas, the linebacker, comes up with the ball.
Well, Vick was thinking run, and so were the Falcons. They go spy here with Stephen Nicholas, and his assignment is just to mirror Mike Vick wherever he may go. He has no pass responsibilities, and so he's going to run around and try and make the play, but there he is to pick it up afterwards. Great play by John Abraham coming in there and getting that strip.
Now the Falcons have it at the 50-yard line. They have 2 timeouts. Not that they'll have time for that, but with 14 seconds, try to position it for an Atlanta field goal. Philly sends 5. And they jostle Ryan, and that was Trent Cole who gets to him. Only takes 3 seconds off the clock. 11 seconds now.
You know, Trent Cole comes with that big, powerful rush all the time and just drills into Sam Baker. Now all of a sudden he comes and puts the move on him and goes right around and hits Ryan again. Trent Cole is a handful to try and block from that wide 9 technique of his.
And you'll explain that wide 9 in the second half.
You're going to do it. You're
both of us
about it.
Both of us. 2nd and 10. Ryan throws, and that's intercepted at the 40-yard line by Asamoah. Nnamdi Asamoah gets the pick, but with only 6 seconds remaining. So Philadelphia will get 1 play. The big, high-priced free agent from Oakland, where he saw very little action. Nobody was throwing in his direction out there.
Yeah, they tried to clear Nnamdi out deep, but he was having none of it. He takes a look in at Matt Ryan and just jumps this one. And it was Trent Cole once again who almost took Sam Baker's helmet off on the pressure that time. and you can tell that Matt Ryan is getting just a little bit rushed. He goes right through him, pushed him back into Matt Ryan, and the clock in Matt Ryan's head now is going pretty fast.
And that's to Macklin with 2 seconds, so they were able to get it out of bounds and move it a little closer so that Vic can maybe launch one into the end zone. For Asamoah, he was so good as a cover corner, obviously, in Oakland. Last year he had no interceptions because he hardly saw any action.
Yeah, he had, what, about 7 or 8 interceptions, I think, 1 year, and then really none since. And they're going to try a monster field goal here with the rookie.
So this is going to be a 63-yarder, which would tie, unless they put the ball in front of the 47-yard line. This may be officially 62. We'll see where he spots the ball, but this conceivably could tie an NFL record. Janikowski kicked one last week in the Oakland-Denver game, and this one's not even close, bouncing at the goal line. Pretty crazy ending to the first half. Falcons will get the second half kickoff. They lead 14-10 at the break. The Toyota halftime show coming up after these messages from your local NBC station. Halftime, 14-10. Atlanta leading as we get ready to start the third quarter at the Georgia Dome.
Well, now it's time for the first half analysis presented by Toyota. And it is a good opportunity now for the Atlanta Falcons with the lead to get back to what they did so well early, which is run against this wide 9 defense. That was a big touchdown by Tony Gonzalez because now they can get back to what they had early in the first quarter, which is success just pounding it at this defense. There you go, a little analysis presented by Toyota. Something new.
I like that.
That's good.
Al Michaels, Chris Collinsworth, Michelle Tafoya. We start the second half with a touchback. And let's check in with Michelle.
Well, Matt Ryan has only 53 passing yards here in this first half. Mike Smith told me at halftime they've got to protect him better, and he's got to get rid of the football quicker. But he told his team at halftime to play with the same energy he saw from them in the first half, and he said, we have got to make hay on this first drive on offense, Al.
And we'll take a look and see what happens on this drive. If they can make a little bit of hay, Michelle, it's first down from the 20-yard line. Came out running the ball tonight. Let's see if they go back to that with Turner as the primary back. And Turner is going to get taken down in the backfield by Trent Cole. So Cole's able to penetrate. Lost to 1, second down and 11.
Well, if you don't block Trent Cole, usually he's going to make a play. He's too fast off the backside, and you think because he's out there that wide that you don't have to block him, but you do. For Trent Cole, he is a guy that is absolutely relentless. They are waving in defensive linemen now, and I didn't get a chance to talk to him about it. I would imagine Trent Cole probably not too happy about it. He doesn't like to ever come out.
He was a find in the 5th round back in 05. 7 stellar seasons along that Eagle defensive front. Ryan in the pocket, got jostled, gets sacked. And that's Jason Babin, the free agent from the Tennessee Titans, who comes in with a sack. So a loss of 1 on the first play, and then a sack on the second play.
Yeah, you finally get Trent Cole blocked, and all of a sudden your best offensive lineman, Tyson Clabo, can't get Jason Babin blocked. And it's been that kind of night. And for really, when you're playing this Eagles team, you cannot give them those kinds of plays. They're only rushing 4 and having great success. This is a very different looking Eagles defense now.
Babin had 2 sacks last week in St. Louis. 3rd and 15. And Ryan's going to be forced to take off. Slides to a stop 4 yards short of the first down. So a 3 and out. And they did not make hay, as Michelle was saying Mike Smith wanted to do on this first series. 3 and out, and Andy Reid's team will get the ball back.
Yeah, just what the doctor ordered there for Andy Reid. Come out there, A, stop the run on first down, B, get a sack, and then get Matt Ryan running. That one doesn't scare you too much.
He sent Macklin back to receive the kick. The rookie, Matt Bosher, to send it down to him. Fair catch called for. And made it the 40-yard line. Vic and friends go to work at that spot. 14-10 Atlanta. Sunday on NBC. First down from the 40-yard line for Vic, who steps up to avoid the pressure and then has been intercepted to the 50-yard line. Kelvin Hayden, the former Colt. The Eagles are saying no, he didn't pick it off. But the ruling on the field is that he did. And what a last few minutes for Michael Vick.
Yeah, and this has been his Achilles heel. When they bring blitzes, he sees it, he knows it's coming, he gets out of the way, but he makes an awkward throw. Teams continue to make plays against Vick off of the blitz, and until he proves he can beat it, he's going to keep seeing it.
And Hayden going down, and there's nothing to overturn. The ruling on the field was good. No challenge. The ball is at the 49-yard line. And underneath, checking down, and he hits Turner inside the 30. He goes, still on his feet, inside the 20. And then Matthews goes all the way back down the field to wrestle him to the turf at the 17-yard line.
Well, Moses Foku had a shot way up the field. And sometimes you get those quick change of possessions like that, and you're just not quite ready defensively. Just dump it down to Turner, and there's Foku, and you missed that tackle. It's a big play, and I tell you, the Falcons have just taken advantage of the Eagles' mistakes. The Eagles have way more yards in this game.
Gain of 32. The ball is at the 17. Fake draw. Over the middle, that is caught. Gonzalez for the touchdown. Tony Gonzalez scoring at the end of the first half, scoring to begin the second half. Well, that's making hay on that drive.
What a great job. Gonzalez, first of all, is going to stymie Trent Cole and then stick and move against Jared Page inside. Get that big body out there. It all sets up with the fact that not only could Gonzalez get down and catch the ball, but he stymied Trent Cole there. Very professional play, and Tony Gonzalez is having a huge night.
4 catches, 49 yards. Of course, they review every scoring play. And Sheffers has been buzzed to come on over and take another look about whether Gonzalez got into the end zone or not. He's going to keep the football regardless. When does the knee go down?
In the end zone.
Yeah, I don't see any.
I would
return that. Possession clear. Wrestled down.
Maybe a little, maybe they're wondering if the ball came loose. But it clearly did not, and it definitely did not before it crossed the goal line. And I'm not sure he was in the act of going to the ground as he made the catch anyway. So
I'm not sure what, why you would buzz down on something like that.
After review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. It is a touchdown.
Yeah, Shepard's only had to take one quick look at it. I mean, that's one of those things where you wonder why he even buzzed to begin with.
You just wonder how much longer Tony Gonzalez can be at the top of his game. You know, you've been hearing rumors his yards per catch kind of have fallen over the last couple of years. Oh, he's losing a step, whatever. The guy is a playmaker, both blocking and tackling tonight, and receiving.
Third extra point of the night for Matt Bryant. And the Atlanta Falcons have gone out to an 11-point lead early third quarter. A lot of stuff to look at right after this kickoff. One, we're going to go back to that Kelvin Hayden interception. We have 20/20 hindsight, different angles and all of that, and then Gonzalez with the touchdown. Here's Lewis to the 30-yard line. So go back to the Hayden pick. He was signed by Philadelphia at the beginning of the month. And take a look whether or not you would have won a challenge on this. Reed had the option to challenge and did not.
I don't think there's any question this ball hits the ground. It bounces back up. Andy Reid had a challenge earlier, but he won. So he still had 2 in his possession and chose not to challenge that one, and it was expensive.
From the 30-yard line on first down, they start on the ground with McCoy, and McCoy explodes over the left side for a gain of 23.
Well, if you've watched enough of the Philadelphia Eagles, you know this is a long way from over. Once again, Jason Peters, watch what he's going to do here. Redirect one guy and then go get the linebacker. That's what made the play, no question about it.
First down, 47-yard line. Jackson is not in the game. They're looking at his arm on the Philadelphia sideline. And Vic, out of his tight formation, finds his tight end Selleck to the 40-yard line, and we go to Michelle.
Yeah, Rick Burkholder, the trainer for the Eagles, is sitting with Deshaun Jackson, and they're working on that left forearm. It looks almost like they're massaging a knot out of it. It's hard to tell what's going on, but this has been bothering Jackson since the end of the first half. And yeah, he's not taking the field, much to his chagrin now.
No, not. That's one of the reasons that Macklin has returned the last couple of punts have been sent back there in Jackson's stead. Second down and 2. And with some tough running, that's McCoy breaking tackles, and LaShawn picks up the Philadelphia first down.
You know, it's kind of interesting for the Atlanta Falcons defensively. The 2 guys that made that interception work, James Sanders on the blitz and Kelvin Hayden picking it off. Both guys signed right before the start of the season. And really, Mike Smith said, they're too good of players. I just got to get them in. I know they don't know the defense completely, but I've got to get them on the field, and it paid off there.
To the outside, that pass is caught by Macklin. Macklin is inside the 10. Down the sideline he goes, and that's a touchdown. So Jackson or no Jackson, Macklin's still in the game, and it's a 36-yard catch and run. 70 yards, 4 plays in less than 2 minutes.
Jason Peters once again here. Watch the athleticism. Going to set him up inside, get out in front. That is just tremendous. I mean, to get a big guy playing tackle that can pass protect like he does and work his way down the field, God didn't create many people like him.
Yeah, Sanders saw that truck coming down the freeway at him.
Man.
Alex Henry for the point after. And so that Atlanta touchdown is quickly answered by an Eagle touchdown. And with exactly 10 minutes to go in the third quarter, shaping up as a beauty, 21-17 Falcons.
This is Sunday night.
And on this Sunday night, Ryan ready to come back out on the field. 10 minutes to go in the third quarter. And the kickoff is taken 5 yards in the end zone by Eric Weems, who brings it out to the 14-yard line. Talked about Ryan growing up in the Philadelphia area. He was the number 3 overall pick back in 08. Went to William Penn Charter School. And he was a great athlete. Basketball, baseball. Nice form right there on the mound. Of course, football. He was there when Andy Reid took over as the head coach of the Eagles back in 1999. Loved the Eagles, gets drafted by the Falcons. His 4th year in the league. Went to the Pro Bowl last season. From the 15-yard line on first down. Ryan. And that one is picked off at the 37 by Asante Samuel. And he brings it back down to the 22-yard line. This is wild. Fumbles and interceptions intended for Jones. And now Vic is back in great shape.
A catch by Asante Samuel right out here. He always plays off. He likes to look at the quarterback, read his eyes. You see him break on the football.
Yeah. Well, let's take a look here. Whoa.
I think that's a catch. That is one heck of a play by Asante Samuel. A lot of people were wondering who were the corners going to be after they got everybody.
Well, I think they're going to challenge this. Smith does throw the flag. He's going to contend that the point of the ball hit the turf. Does the point of the football make contact with the turf? So Smith throws the flag, and here comes Jeffers.
But even if it does, if you have it controlled, it's still an interception.
Atlanta is challenging the ruling on the field that the pass was intercepted. We'll review the play. Timeout.
This is crazy. Back and forth we go. Where it stops, nobody knows. Challenged by Atlanta. All kinds of stuff going on. There's Asante Samuel. He is going back to the locker room. We'll get that report. We're still waiting on the challenge here. Take a look at this. The question is, does it hit his arm or does it hit the ground? The point of the ball, if it's the arm, it's fine. If it hits the ground and it doesn't alter the control of it, then it still would be legal. If it alters control of it, then it would not be.
After review, the ruling on the field stands. Atlanta will be charged with their first timeout.
So Jeffers, very briefly, and I think part of it is even if the ball had touched the ground at that point, if it doesn't alter the control that Samuel had of it, it can't be overturned. If it alters control, it would have been.
Yeah, and he said it stands and wasn't confirmed. It was just too close to call, basically.
Right. So Samuel goes to the locker room, but offensively Jackson is back in. He's outside Macklin. Philly sets up at the 22-yard line. And they run a draw with McCoy, and he gets tackled by the ankles by Stephen Nicholas.
One of the things that Andy Reid believes in is that you throw it early, try and grab a lead, and that you run it late when defenses get tired. It worked to perfection against the Rams a week ago. As LaShawn McCoy averaged about 20 yards a carry in the fourth quarter of that one.
One of those guys who gets stronger the later in the game it is. 2nd and 5. Swing it out to McCoy. And McCoy trying to juke his way past Lofton. Abraham, meanwhile, hit Vick as he got it away. And it will be 3rd down and 3 after a gain of 2 yards.
Well, John Abraham now starting to get a little traction going, too, on the outside. Takes Harriman with that inside move, and the reason he's playing the left side, he said, I don't want Mike Vick to see me. He said, I can use my entire arsenal if I'm out of his vision. That time went to the inside move.
Vick on a 3rd and 3. Gonna run. Has the first down. Inside the 10. It'll be first down and goal. He's tackled there by Lofton.
Well, when you get Mike Vick on the edge, all you need is a little double team action right here on the outside guy, and they stay all over Ray Edwards. And that's the second time tonight that Mike Vick on a 3rd and 3 has been able to pick it up with his legs.
Vick has rushed 6 times for 25 yards. Back to McCoy. Around the corner and into the end zone goes LaShawn McCoy. Touchdown. And the Eagles take the lead again.
Boy, what a great block down there by Deshaun Jackson to polish this thing off. But this play is just so tough. You're going to get Vick sort of rolling this way, and you don't know if he's going to hand it off or keep going. So defensively, you got to fly up the field, and then you just don't have enough people to support. But look at Jackson finish that thing off.
Takes Grimes out of the play.
There's Jackson right there, and he had him pinned down on the goal line and didn't let him off.
Alex Henry to tack on the extra point. 2 quick scores by Philadelphia after Atlanta had gone up by 11. Almost halfway through the 3rd quarter, it's now Philadelphia by 3. We go to Indianapolis for Sunday Night Football. The Steelers got back on track today, knocking off Seattle. Ben Roethlisberger got hurt in the first half, but came back into the game. And they'll take on the Colts. Interesting to see what Tony Dungy has to say on football night about his former team minus Peyton Manning. 4 yards in. Breaks a tackle. Gets spun down at the 19-yard line. So on the Philadelphia bench, take a look at this. Here's McCoy. He scores. Howard Mudd is the offensive line coach. Now wait till we widen out here. Howard Mudd has a cane. He's going to have his hip replaced at the end of October, the bye week. So there he is doing a little, whatever you call that.
He still got vertical, man. He still went on his good hip. That was impressive.
There is Howard Mudd, who was a great offensive lineman, was in Indianapolis for many, many years on Tony's staff there, Dungy's staff, and he was retired from the 18-yard line. This Turner. And when Andy Reid had to make all of those changes, he calls Howard Mudd. Where is he? He's at Leisure World in Arizona. He's ready to get on his golf cart. He hangs up the phone. His wife says, he offered you a job, didn't he? You going to take it? Well, yep, there he is.
Once it's in your blood, there's really no going back. And boy, he's had quite the challenge here. A lot of changes on that offensive line, and he's making it work, especially those last couple of drives.
2nd and 11 now from the 18-yard line. And a flutter ball might have had contact. Intended for Gonzalez. Ball wobbling out of his hand. 3rd down and 11.
And for Matt Ryan, this is go time here. Trent Cole is going to get the pressure again, and he's causing Matt Ryan all kinds of problems here. Can't follow through with the throw. Jaquay Parker's helmet's coming off. This is Eagles time right now when they have you 3rd and 12. Great corners on the outside. Pass rushers up front. This is tough here.
3rd and 11. Ryan buying time, but that secondary does a great job. Page covering the intended receiver. Snelling, it'll be 4th down.
Well, this is not a good sign. Matt Ryan's taken a lot of hits tonight. I understand this, but he's starting to react a little bit how he did last week against Chicago. Feeling it before it's really even there. That was a pretty good pocket. He had time to stand there and deliver that one in. But I think they're starting to get to him mentally just a bit here.
Matt Bosher to punt. This will be his 5th punt. And Deshaun Jackson now back to receive this one. This is a booming boot. Jackson backs up to the 33-yard line. He's going to try to come all the way across the field. He's already back 19 yards from where he caught it. And turns out to be an ill-advised run back.
Well, if I had to pick an MVP tonight, there's my guy, Jason Peters. He has had some night getting the hook block on the outside on that one against Sidbury. Blocking people to the ground and playing fullback as well as he leads Macklin down the field for the touchdown.
That last punt, 49 yards, and then Jackson minus 10. On the return, so 59 net. 1st down from the 23-yard line as Vic starts this drive out of the gun.
The Falcons start coming back to the blitz. They've had success.
Not here. Here comes a ton of time and throws, and that's caught on Macklin, who takes a
Unbelievable. Unbelievable that he's done it again.
Yep.
Dante Robinson again. No doubt about it. I thought it looked like direct shot to the helmet. He did the same thing a season ago to Deshaun Jackson. Let's see.
They both wound up with concussions, and he got a $50,000 fine.
No doubt about it.
Leads with his helmet.
He's going to get it again. He actually called and apologized to Deshaun Jackson when it happened a season ago, and for the 2nd time in 2 years.
They both left the field. He had a $50,000 fine, which got reduced to $25,000 after he appealed. He's going to get another one.
Deserved.
I mean, they make it pretty simple. All the officials go to camp and say you can't lead with your head. Real simple.
And Al, there was plenty of time to react on that one. I mean, that is lowering the head. There's rules against launching. He almost launched his way into this one. He didn't leave his second foot, so he won't get for that. But he was definitely head hunting, and that is awful. That's how people get seriously hurt in this game.
And you're not even using your arm, so forget about a form tackle or any other kind of legal tackle. You just lead with your helmet, and that's what happens. And Macklin, at least Macklin knew it was coming, for what that's worth. Split second in front.
Still in the process, though, of making the catch and trying to make a move. He was not under control, not a runner at that point.
And the flag cost him 15, and Eagles will have it at the Atlanta 46-yard line. So Macklin out, Riley Cooper is in the game. That's Cooper at the bottom of the screen. And McCoy will take it. There's some blocking out in front, but that's a good tackle, knifing through to take him down after a very short gain. Edwards able to make the play, gain of 2, second down and 8.
And I know it's a quick reaction game, and I probably shouldn't get so fired up, but you know, there's other ways to play this game, and you know, the big hits and all that. It's a thing of the past. The commissioner is relentless on this one, and he should be.
And especially with repeat offenders. Second down and 8. And Vick getting chased, and Vick will just throw that one incomplete. It'll be third down and 8 for Philadelphia.
In case you're wondering, outside the pocket, no problem here. Macklin back in the game. Happy to see that.
Total yardage, more than twice as many yards. Turnovers have been a huge part of the game. 3 by Philadelphia, 2 by Atlanta. Third and 8. And that pass is dropped by Jason Avant, the normally very sure-handed Jason Avant. Catches almost everything that comes his way.
Curtis Lofton almost had a pick 6 here. I can't believe he missed it. Right here is going to run out and run right underneath this ball. Vick never sees him. I thought it was going to be a touchdown. Just a little bit behind him. Maybe he saw him at the last second. Boy, when I saw that one set up, I was like, that is a touchdown for the Falcons.
Distracted Avant enough. Chaz Henry, rookie out of Florida. Eric Weems back to run it back. He's going to let it go. Bouncing at the 15-yard line.
That is a huge mistake by Weems. Huge mistake.
And Anderson downs the ball inside the 1-yard line. 5.5 minutes remaining in the third quarter, and the Atlanta Falcons will take over inside their own 1. The numbers tonight. Tough night for Ryan so far through the year. 102, 2 picks.
And I tell you, for Matt Ryan, this is one of those games that doesn't go away anytime soon. This is a Michael Vick fan base. A lot of people around here wearing number 7 jerseys, not just for the Eagles. Yeah, they remember. And for Matt Ryan, all the winning that he's done, he would like to make that thing go away, at least to some extent, with a win here tonight. And right now, they're going backwards.
From the 1, trying to buy some space. They give it to the fullback, Mahaley. You know, let's face it, the Michael Vick thing, everybody knows about it. It's been talked about for a few years. Bob did a great interview, I thought, on Football Night, which I hope many of you saw. Some people will never forgive him. Some people have forgiven him. In Atlanta, you're right. He's probably the biggest. I mean, along with Henry Aaron, maybe the number 1 hero here. But he's a guy, he's done everything he can do in his mind to redeem himself.
Yeah, I agree with you. A lot of people that will never, no matter what, forgive him. And let's face it, it was pretty horrendous what he did.
No question. Ryan deep downfield, and that's incomplete. And the play is made by Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie, intended for Julio Jones. Third down, we go to Michelle.
Well, Asante Samuel, you saw him going to the locker room earlier. He is still there with an open, dislocated finger. He's getting stitches. His return is probable. He's just still in there getting those stitches and getting wrapped up to come back out, Al.
Well, Samuel, he heard it on that pick. So Rodgers-Cromartie, who's no bum. I mean, this is a guy who went to a Pro Bowl when he was with the Arizona Cardinals, plays that other corner.
I'll tell you what, throwing it against the Eagles, good luck.
3rd and 9. Ryan is trying to get out of the end zone, and he does for a gain of 1. That is Jenkins, Cullen Jenkins, making the tackle, and now with no space at all, the rookie punter for the Falcons will have to boot it out of the back of the end zone, Matt Bosher.
Trent Cole on this bull rush is just destroying Sam Baker, throwing him right back into the quarterback, and almost the safety on this one. But Al, I'm going to tell you what, I've been around a long time watching cornerbacks. They've got their backup in here now, and the coverage is about as good as I've seen on any team. With the way they rush the passer and the way they can cover, better not fall behind the Eagles this year.
Bosher's going to get it away quickly, and it's a terrible kick. It goes out of bounds. He's thinking about just getting rid of it, making sure it doesn't get blocked, and that is going to give Philadelphia the football in Atlanta territory, deep in Atlanta territory. When they finally march it off, it's going to be around the 20-yard line. 18-yard kick. Out of bounds. Shank.
Yep.
Golf or football, you name it.
Tell you what, I'd like to start a couple of drives on the Falcons' 20-yard line. Mike Vick at quarterback.
Well, you got a rookie punter back of the end zone, has to get it away, and on the other end you got Deshaun Jackson. There's Samuel, who now comes back out to the Philadelphia bench. Philly has it at the 20-yard line. 4 minutes to go in the period. 2-yard gain for McCoy to the 18-yard line, tackled there by Sean Weatherspoon.
Well, there's no doubt this has been a one-sided game, and yet if the Falcons can find a way to hold the Eagles to a field goal attempt here, they're still right there, just one drive away from taking the lead.
Atlanta hanging in because of those 3 Philadelphia turnovers, but then the Falcons have turned it over twice themselves. 2nd and 8. Four-man rush. Vick over the middle, and then it's bobbled by Selleck and almost intercepted. Selleck had it at the 3-yard line, and then it's William Moore who was there and almost had the pick.
Well, Mike Vick that time had to throw it a little bit behind Selleck to get it through the throwing lanes here. And really, that's a pretty routine catch that almost turned into a disaster. But when you saw this thing from behind, you could tell that Vick had no choice but to throw it right there.
3rd and 8. Over the middle, that is caught, and that's going to be a first down as Macklin on a 3rd and 8 converts to make it 1st and goal.
And I think Mike Vick took a big shot on that one.
He did, and down he goes. Back at the 25-yard line. Now Vince Young is inactive. Mike Kafka is the backup quarterback, and there he is. And Andy Reid is going to call a timeout so that if Vick is able to come back in with the timeout, runs into his own man.
Yeah, it looked like William Moore coming on the blitz, and then when he got contact, legal shot, he slung him into maybe the helmet of Todd Harriman.
Right.
And Mike Vick is going out, but I tell you, that was a tremendous play by Vick. Saw the pressure coming, knew he was going to take a shot, and now has to go to the sideline after picking up a huge first down.
So now Mike Kafka comes in, 2nd year with the team, played his college football at Northwestern. Again, Vince Young is hurt. They picked him up from Tennessee to be the backup. Derek Kafka's numbers at Northwestern, and this is his NFL debut. He did not get into a game last season. First and goal from the 9. And Kafka's first NFL play is a handoff to McCoy. And McCoy, still running around, turns no gain into half the distance to the goal line. Second and goal.
I am just amazed at the number of plays. You know the Falcons knew Kafka wasn't going to come in and throw the ball, so they're planning to run all the way. You can see William Moore coming up. But how many times has McCoy tonight turned a 3-yard loss into a 5- or 6-yard gain?
There is Vince Young, inactive for the second straight week. They work on Vic. Looks like a fighter in the corner. Second and goal. Kafka throws underneath. McCoy loses the ball. And then is able to get back. Did he get on it first at the 16-yard line? Nothing but Falcons around him. No signal yet. I thought I could see the official saying white ball, which would be Philadelphia, obviously. And a flag as well.
And it's getting a little chippy out there right now, and they have to be careful both sides here.
Well, the head linesman goes down.
Such a key play in the game for the Falcons. You don't want to give it back now. To go all the way back, I did think McCoy had possession of the ball. I don't know if he was trying to change arms or exactly what happened, how that ball came out.
Personal foul, roughing the passer. Number 55, defense. Contact of the quarterback with the crown of the helmet. That penalty will be measured half the distance. Automatic. First down.
Well, that's gigantic. First and goal instead of third and long. Philly with a chance to make it a 2-possession game instead of a 1-possession game with a field goal with 2 minutes to go in the third.
You see John Abraham there. He just tried to hold him up, but he led with the helmet. And that's what the call is. They're going to protect the quarterbacks.
And he knew that call was coming. Well, look at Vic.
And it's so ironic, isn't it, that they wanted him to stay in the pocket and make those throws to protect him, and yet he's been taking a beating tonight in the pocket.
Vic spitting up blood. Ooh, boy. So Kafka now leads him up to the 2. First and goal. McCoy. And McCoy puts his head down and gets into the end zone. And that's the second really big mistake that Abraham's made tonight. Remember, he lined up offside earlier. That led to a Philly score. The roughing the passer here gives him a first and goal instead of a third and long, and a field goal to make it a 1-possession game still. Instead, right now, it's a 2-possession game.
Well, Evan Mathis, we haven't talked about him tonight, the new left guard. Watch this double team and up on the second level. Really makes this play. They get the double team. Kelsey gets over in front. Get to the linebacker, Curtis Lofton. Nicely blocked.
Henry for the extra point. And the crowd is stilled right now because the Philadelphia Eagles have erased an 11-point deficit to go up by 10, 31-21. Back to how Vic got hurt.
There's the shot, and then he just gets slammed into his own guy, Todd Harriman's, who was just finishing a block, and a good one. He did a great job on John Abraham, and then as Vic gets whipped around, his head is going to go right into Harriman. It's kind of like that Eli Manning play. Remember that, when he kind of got whipped around and
right,
helmet taken off? And
preseason game, yeah.
Sometimes quarterbacks don't wear mouthpieces to try to communicate better, and looks like Mike Vick's going to the locker room. And that changes the complexion of this game. If the Falcons can ever get anything going.
If they can, right. The Philly playing very well defensively, at secondary doing its job. Samuel has come back. Vic goes to the locker room.
And I think Mike Vick just pointed to the scoreboard as he was cascaded with boos.
Right.
He said, we've got one standard around here, folks.
W's. And a touchback here with Henry sending it through the back of the end zone. So back we come to the Georgia Dome. We have 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Philadelphia's really controlled the game. As you can see, total yardage. Turnovers have been huge. Philadelphia has turned the ball over 3 times, and that's really kept Atlanta in the game. Falcons went up 21-10 early in the third quarter, but Philadelphia has answered with 3 touchdowns. Vic now, who is spitting up blood, goes to the locker room. The untested Kafka is their quarterback, and let's see what Atlanta can do down by 10 now. Ryan, play action, throws, and he starts with the first down. Roddy White, that's a gain of 17 to the 37.
A little mocking cheer from the crowd. They finally came up with a play. I think the Eagles assumed the Falcons would come out and run, and this play action on first down created a wide open lane. And I tell you, I've been a little bit surprised that the Eagles corners have been able to dominate these 2 receivers the way that they have on the outside.
Minute and a half to go in the quarter. Turner can't go.
Forget it. You can't block him.
Nope.
Trent Cole is just going right through the Atlanta Falcons. If you don't start helping him here, dust off the Falcon dust there. You're just killing these guys. I mean, it's been like this all night long. I mean, at some point, you have to find a way to slow that guy down. You can't just let him destroy your running backs and your quarterbacks.
Sam Baker, no match for him. And Baker was the #1 draft choice back in 08. Drafted in the first round after Ryan was picked as the #3 guy overall.
Here it comes.
And Ryan's going to pack it in, but he has to get rid of the football. Flag is down, as you see, at the 36-yard line. Babin put the heat on, and now Ryan is rolling around. Chris Redmond is their backup quarterback. Been in the league a long time, but has played very sparingly through the past few seasons.
Yeah, it almost looked like Ryan got into a split formation like a cheerleader or something would, or a first baseman. I'll tell you, that blitz got home that time. We haven't seen many blitzes, but Jared Page created the pressure that time.
There are fouls by both teams on the play. Offside, number 93, defense. Intentional grounding, number 2, offense. Those fouls offset. Repeat second down.
If you're outside the pocket or outside what they call the tackle box, and they contended he wasn't, he was just flipping it away. He was right on the edge, but
pretty
intentional
close.
grounding. It's very close.
Let's see. We're going to draw the lines for you.
Did he get outside of it? Yeah.
I would say yes. When I first look at it, I thought it was, but interesting.
2nd and 11. Penalties offset.
Yes, who?
Yeah.
I mean, this game's not hard to call anymore. I'm only watching one guy. I mean, how long? How long are you going to let one guy beat you? Tried to tight end on him that time. Wow.
And with the clock ticking down, we'll see if they can get a playoff here on 3rd down and 12, and they will not. That will be the end of the third quarter. So they will start in a hole in the fourth quarter on a 3rd down and 12. End of 3 in Atlanta. Eagles 31. Falcons 21. Sunday Night Football resumes after these messages. Aerial coverage tonight from Atlanta being brought to you by Geico. Al Michaels, Chris Collinsworth, Michelle Tafoya. Georgia Dome start the fourth quarter. Philly up by 10. And it's a 3rd and 12 for the Falcons from their own 35. Ryan throws, and that is caught, and Gonzalez is able to bail him out. Page says, I can't believe I couldn't come up with the ball. First down.
There's really only been one guy that's had the answer tonight, and it's Tony Gonzalez. And Jared Page in one-on-one coverage was really in great position and just missed it. Gonzalez has had some extra stickum on his hands tonight. He hasn't missed a thing.
2 touchdowns for Tony. The ball is at the 48-yard line. Philadelphia with 21 unanswered points in the 3rd quarter after Atlanta had gone up 21-10. And Ryan deep down the sideline for Jones, and that is busted up at the last moment by Asamoah. Let's go to Michelle.
Well, you saw Michael Vick go into the locker room, Al. He has a neck injury. That's as much as we can confirm. He's there in the locker room for further evaluation. No plan to do any x-rays. However, if they determine they need to do them, they will do them in there. As for that blood you saw him spitting up, Al, that was simply the result of the fact that he bit his tongue when he got hit there. So nothing more than a bleeding tongue.
Thank you, Michelle. Banged his head off of Harriman's. Jaquay Parker, who last week scored a touchdown on a fumble return. One of the guys they rotate in along the defensive front for the Eagles is the injured player.
I cannot believe the amount of damage the Philadelphia Eagles have done tonight from their front four. You know, this franchise has a proud tradition of blitzing. Started with Jim Johnson, Sean McDermott carried it forward. A very different style. They went out and got pass rushers. They are very deep there. And Trent Cole has taken to this wide 9 like it's his birthright.
Been perfect for him. Don't have to blitz. Big question in Philadelphia defensively. What about the linebackers? And now I think Philadelphia is offside. So it's a free play, and it's a shovel to Harry Douglas.
We got a flag in the backfield, too.
Offside for starters.
There are fouls by both teams on the play. Offside, number 93, defense. Holding, number 61, offense. Those fouls offset. Repeat, 2nd down.
Let's show Hawley the center.
And Hawley's only playing because of the injury to Todd McClure, who had knee surgery and should be back fairly soon, although they were pretty excited with the way that Hawley played a week ago. But you can see he has stuff all over him. It's been a war in there tonight. Really, Cullen Jenkins has been tough too.
2nd and 10. Jason Snelling is the back in this set. And Ryan hits Snelling, who comes out of the backfield, setting up a 3rd and short on a gain of 8.
They talk about the dream team. I think it's a nightmare team if you're a wide receiver. Watch the coverage down the field tonight. It has been blanketed by both guys. And here's going to be Nnamdi's interception on this one. Sante Samuel, Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie. It has been nearly flawless tonight.
Julio Jones getting a welcome to the NFL in his 2nd game.
You take out Tony Gonzalez and what he's been able to do, and that's really been about it.
Jones has 1 catch. White has 3, but for only 23 yards. And Ryan's going to throw on 3rd and 2. And the catch is made at the 30-yard line. A spectacular catch by Julio Jones. We talked about he made only 1 catch. He was being blanketed, and he makes a big catch here.
Well, that was the one time that Julio Jones lived up to it.
They go no huddle. Ryan throwing, and that's caught by Harry Douglas at the 16-yard line.
Isn't it amazing? One guy makes a great play like Julio Jones did, and all of a sudden it just picks up the whole team. We were watching this guy in practice. He is 230 pounds and runs about a 4.3 40. He's a freak. In a very positive way.
1st and 10 from the 15. That'll be a freak when you trade up 21 picks and give away half a draft from the 15-yard line. And Ryan's going to throw that one away. Everything covered on the left side.
They were looking for a flag on the end of that one.
Jason Babin came in, and Ryan's still looking for one.
Yeah, it was Babin, I think, didn't know if Ryan had the ball or not, and whipped back around and tackled him down around the legs. Take a look. First he goes hand up underneath the face mask from Tyson Claybo. He may have gotten away with 2 of them there.
2nd and 10.
Boy, these ends are really getting wide now.
Play action. To the 2 to Gonzalez. And nothing but white shirts around him, but Tony's still able to haul it in and set up a first down and goal. Gonzalez with 2 touchdowns tonight, 6 catches for 76 yards.
Well, Ryan finally got a couple of completions in, just a zone coverage, and he zipped that one right on the money. And now the Mike Vick injury is looming larger.
Turner back in. First and goal from the 1. Turner can't get in on first down. Runs into the right side of that Philadelphia defensive line.
Pretty good play on that one by Kurt Coleman, the safety, coming up and filling the gap. They did a good job blocking Casey Matthews, but Coleman basically took his role away from him. Stepped right around, and there comes Coleman up and through and made the hit.
All new defensive line comes in. They just did get there. 2nd down and goal from the 1. The fake to Turner. Ryan rolling. There's a flag. And for the moment, Mahaley is able to make the catch. You saw the flag come in, and it's going to be a hold. It may be against.
I think it's against Babin trying to grab the back on the way out.
Right. It's going to be a defensive call.
Number 93, defense. That penalty is declined. Result of the play, touchdown.
Babin with the hold. The touchdown will be confirmed in just a second from upstairs, and we're going to have a 3-point game in a minute.
Right out here, Jason Babin sees the back going out. That's Obi Mahaley. Easy call. There were 3 flags on that play. Everybody, even the guy in the background, was signaling hold on that one.
Little jump pass for the score. Bryant now for the extra point. A couple of big 3rd down conversions by Atlanta. High snap, but the holder gets it down. Matt Bosher got another flag down at the line of scrimmage. The Falcons come out with their flags.
Offside, number 23, defense, lined up in the neutral zone. That penalty will be enforced on the kickoff. The result of the play, touchdown.
Red October coming
right,
through.
You saw.
Their flags are a lot bigger than the referee's flag.
Everything confirmed. 31-28. 10:45 to go. Sunday night in Georgia. Look at Hartsfield Jackson International Airport, south of downtown. We are downtown at the Georgia Dome. Mike Kafka making his debut, and he's going to have to stay in because Vic is not back on the sideline. Mike is still in the locker room. Philly up by 3. And Bosher's kick might have got through the uprights. 10:45 left in regulation. Tough, hard-hitting game in Atlanta tonight. Starring Whitney Cummings, going to do things her way. I saw her at a roast for Steve Tisch one night. She's funny.
Yeah.
She's funny, very.
I'll be watching them.
From the 20-yard line, this is LaShawn McCoy.
Unbelievable.
And you know that Kafka in his debut is going to keep handing the ball off to number 25, and 25 is going to keep doing his job. 91 yards tonight, 19 on that carry.
Well, they come with the trap again, but this handoff was a little bit shaky there, and Shady made it work. I mean, that is at least the third or fourth run tonight that I thought he was trapped for no gain or a loss of yardage. Didn't even have a handle on the ball and still picked up about 15 yards.
Nickname given to Jackson when he was a kid, or McCoy when he was a kid. This is Jackson, and Jackson gets taken down after a gain of about 3. Back to LaShawn McCoy. Last week, they use him as the closer. As Chris likes to say, he's the Mariano Rivera of this team, and he has closed out a lot of games in his brief career. 95 yards in the fourth quarter alone in St. Louis.
I'll tell you, my personal opinion is the Eagles are going to too many gadget plays tonight. They haven't been working. Their straight-ahead offenses look pretty good.
2nd and 10. No gadget here, just a straight drop back and a flip underneath, and that's McCoy making the catch. Tackled by Lofton. And Kafka out of Northwestern. I follow college football, you might remember, as Corey Peters is a little slow in getting off the field. He had an Outback Bowl game against Auburn after the 09 season. 47 of 78, 532 yards, 4 touchdowns, 5 interceptions.
78
look at that line.
Good golly.
Meanwhile, the injured Falcon is Corey Peters. Eagles by 3. Most of the crowd on its feet. Big play coming. 9 minutes to play in regulation. It's 3rd down and 8. And Kafka fakes the inside give, then throws to Macklin, who reaches out and can't get the first down. Macklin taken down short of the first down. Lofton is there to make the stop, and Philadelphia forced to punt.
Really a nice play on the outside with Curtis Lofton. And here goes the little trap play on the outside, just going to try and kick out with a bunt. And that was a huge tackle for Lofton, a tackle they did not make a week ago against the Bears. 2 long touchdowns on plays thrown behind the line of scrimmage, that time up to the test.
Chaz Henry punting. Weems will let it go and bounds into the end zone.
Well, for Trent Cole, it has been some night. 6 tackles, 4 of those behind the line of scrimmage. And for Sam Baker, he's getting a taste for what this wide nine's all about. Just going to go and put his helmet right underneath the chin of the tackle, and the pressure has just been relentless. And putting a tight end over there to help is worthless. No tight end's going to block him.
You watch this game, you don't keep track of the numbers, then you look around, you realize that Matt Ryan has thrown 4 touchdown passes tonight.
I'll tell you, that was a gutsy drive, that last one. And the catch by Julio Jones changed this game completely.
4 TDs, career high, but 2 picks and 15 of 26 for 184. They start with Turner on the ground, and the 250-pound Turner with a flag down gets out to the 25-yard line.
Holding, number 61, offense, 10-yard penalty, repeat first down.
Center Joe Hawley.
Thought it was a good call, too. I couldn't tell perfectly, but it looked like against Casey Matthews, he kind of reached out, and I saw Matthews almost draw back, so usually those are the ones that get the hold.
So time, well, they spot the ball for the moment at the 12-yard line, and the ball needs to be put at the 10-yard line.
It may have been from the point of the foul.
That's what it is. That's why you're right.
10 yards from there.
Right. So the linesman came over, and they do spot the ball from the point of the foul. Meanwhile, Turner takes off, and Turner into Philadelphia territory and gets shoved out of bounds at the 25 by Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. On 1st and 17 from the 13-yard line, off and running, he goes for 61 yards to the 26-yard line.
And Justin Blaylock with a huge block here. takes out Jamar Chaney, and then Jared Page stumbles and basically slows down Cromartie, and it looked for a second like he might take it the distance.
Check with Rogers now comes into the backfield as Turner needs a rest. Ball is at the 26. Halfway through the fourth quarter.
Let him go!
The rookie for a gain of 3. Rogers out of Oregon State, picked in the 5th round.
Well, one of the things we've seen tonight is that if the Falcons do hit a run, then you start seeing these safeties coming down. Get Jared Page here in the backside, and it's just a game that's played out there. If you get the running game going, you're going to see the safety. By the same token, you should be able to complete some passes there.
They go no huddle on 2nd and 8. That's caught by Harry Douglas. And that will set up a 3rd down and about 4 from the 20-yard line.
It's hard to believe that this game is this close, and yet you feel like now that the Falcons have all the momentum. And Matt Ryan has just hung in there tonight. He is taking a beating.
3rd and 4. Gets it away quickly. That's a 1st down. Goes to that security blanket. Tony Gonzalez. Huge night for him. So many in his career. Mike Smith's team already clearly in field goal range. Now looking to move ahead again.
Well, once again, you see Tony Gonzalez run that route. He doesn't tip a thing. Straight up the field, no indication. Is he going in, out, or straight? Got himself open again.
From the 13-yard line. The diminutive Rogers in the backfield. Give it to Rogers. Through the middle he goes. Bounces his way to the 2-yard line. Jamar Chaney makes the stop. And that's going to make it a 1st and goal.
Well, one of the problems when you like to get up the field, you're susceptible to being trapped. They didn't have to be trapped there. They caught the Eagles in their nickel look, only 6 guys down. And I tell you what, Matt Ryan is calling a pretty masterful game right now, and it looks like the Eagles are wearing down a bit here because of this no huddle.
Turner comes back in, ball at the 2. Toss to Turner. Touchdown. Yards, 7 plays. Turner in for the score. Atlanta back up on top.
The Falcons think they have the best blocking wide receivers in the game, and Tony Gonzalez got it done, as did Roddy White on the outside, and then it was just Michael Turner doing the rest. You can say anything you want about Matt Ryan and anybody else that's come to this organization. I don't know if anybody's meant more than Michael Turner.
Matt Bryant to make it a 4-point game, and does. For the Atlanta Falcons, that's back-to-back 80-yard touchdown drives. And with Vic still out of the game, the Falcons are up by 4 with 4:48 to play. Best analysis about the NFL and its players, Mike Florio has it at Pro Football Talk on NBCSports.com. And check out the all-new apps for the 2011 season at NFL.com/mobile. Crowd rocking at the Georgia Dome. And Mosher to kick off. And we'll have a run back here from 2 yards in. Dion Lewis. And Lewis on the run. Flag is thrown. And most likely a lot of this one is going to come back before he gets wrestled out of bounds at the 38-yard line of Atlanta. Sheffers and his crew have been very busy tonight.
During the return, holding number 30 of the return team. 10-yard penalty measured half the distance to the goal. They retain possession, 1st down.
Colt Anderson with the hold.
by the officials. What's Sean Schillinger here, the wedge buster? Just absolutely got floored. They've decided the two-man wedge is important. I still can't figure out why.
Red zone offense for Atlanta tonight. Look at that, 5 out of 5. And one of the reasons they made the change on defense with the staff was because of poor red zone play the last couple of years. On first down, Kafka throws, and he starts this drive with the completion to Macklin. A little bit short, apparently, of the first down. They're going to spot it just outside the 18-yard line. Take a look, and they say he...
First down.
Yeah. Just did get enough for the first down.
Well, that was a nice looking read by Kafka that time. Came out with the corner blitz, testing the young quarterback. He read it perfectly, got it out to the backside.
4 minutes left. Kafka with that fake. Deep downfield he goes. He's got an open man, and it is caught by Macklin. And the Eagles are in Atlanta territory as Macklin gets taken down at the 39-yard line.
Boy, Jeremy Macklin has taken over where Deshaun Jackson usually is, and that little wiggle at the end got Dante Robinson. And for Kafka, back-to-back huge throws. There are a lot of people in this organization that really feel like he should be the number 2 guy instead of Vince Young.
They wind up as it. He's 4 out of 4 for 61. Macklin's caught 11 passes tonight for 167. McCoy. Oh, he gets slammed down after a gain of 2. William Moore comes up there.
Boy, the Falcons think this William Moore could be really special. Drafted in the 2nd round in 2009, and he is a load. When he hits somebody, there is no doubt they have been hit. McCoy's been making everybody miss all night, not William Moore.
Second and 8. It's a swing pass. That's caught by McCoy. McCoy steps out of bounds just short of the 30, setting up a 3rd and 1.
I'm really impressed by Kafka so far in this game. The Falcons have a young quarterback, so they're doing what everybody does, attacking with the blitz. And he's barbecuing them on him. He's making the reads perfectly, getting the ball out of his hands. Here they come off this side. Sees it, dumps it over the top. Perfectly done.
24-year-old, born in Chicago, went to Northwestern, 4th-round pick in 2010. Hands the ball off to McCoy, and McCoy needed that 1 yard, and the question is, did he get it? And they're going to give it to him. A first down as they spot it just inside the 29-yard line. Again, Michael Vick, neck injury, got jostled in the locker room, was spitting up blood, hasn't come back, and Kafka makes his debut here. Vince Young, who would normally be number 2, also injured, inactive tonight. And now Kafka on first down. And he gains a couple of yards to the 25-yard line. Abraham making the tackle with 2.5. Looking ahead, Philadelphia with 2 timeouts as Jeffrey Lurie looks on, his team trying to go to 2-0 with 2 road wins before they go home to face the Giants. 2 timeouts and the 2-minute warning. Arthur Blank already down on the field. 2nd and 8. Last play before the 2-minute warning. Macklin, he'll take it to the 21-yard line, and the 2-minute warning comes with 1:57 to play in the 4th quarter. Atlanta by 4 on Sunday Night Football. Wendy's post-game report. Michelle has an interview from the field. Bob, Tony, and Mike wrapping up the game, looking at other NFL news, and then Chris and I will take a look ahead to next week's game in Indianapolis. Meanwhile, Mike Vick really under the gun tonight.
It's really been a brutal night on both quarterbacks, but for Mike Vick, trying to do more from the pocket, less running to protect himself, but it hasn't mattered. He's been taking shots, and this ultimately And he ran into his own guy, or was thrown into his own guy. Todd Harriman's the one that knocked him out of the game.
3rd and 3. 2 timeouts left for Philadelphia. Down by 4. Kafka to the outside, and they're going to stop him. Macklin gets taken down by Chris Owens. And now does Philadelphia want to try a field goal on 4th and 4 in a 4-point game? They have 2 timeouts. Try an onside kick maybe, but no, they're going to have to go for it on 4th down.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think you've got to take your shot right here.
Well, the other thing they just did is they burned another timeout to discuss what they're going to do.
Well, probably they're in a situation now with 1:45 on the clock. They actually, you have to assume you're going to score in this situation. And if you don't, you wouldn't mind burning a little clock off of there if you do end up scoring so that they don't have a chance to come back the other way.
If you don't, Atlanta can just about run the clock out.
Well, ordinarily I'd say blitz the young quarterback here, but he's been better against that. I guess they're going to play coverage.
Kafka throws, and it's incomplete. Macklin reaching for it, couldn't handle it, and the Atlanta Falcon defense goes sprinting off the field. Philly with just that 1 timeout and then a couple of kneel downs, and the Falcons are up by 4 after at one point being down by 11 and on their way to a win.
Can't do it any better. Jeremy Macklin's made a lot of plays for the Philadelphia Eagles over the years, but he just ended their chance of winning this one. And now that timeout you were talking about looms much larger.
Absolutely. Philly can stop it once. That's Kafka's first incomplete pass. He was 7 out of 8. Ryan will take a knee. A timeout taken by Philadelphia, and that's their last one. You have 100 seconds to go. You can run off about 80 before 4th down. Aligning the stars tonight. Ryan with those 4 touchdowns. Turner, while nobody's looking, 114 on the ground with a 5.4 average, and Gonzalez has been brilliant. What else is new?
I tell you, Matt Ryan, for all the attention Michael Vick got coming into this game, the beating that he's taken tonight, coming back and hitting that huge pass to Julio Jones, this is a signature win for this young man.
Major. So the Eagles win last week. They'll go home 1-1, take on the Giants at the Link next week. And Atlanta goes to Tampa Bay, and the Buccaneers pulled one off today after being down by 17 at Minnesota. So 3rd down.
They can't run it all the way out.
They can't run, as I said, they could take off about 80 of the 100. So now you're going to be down to about 20 on 4th down.
Well, we've seen Deshaun Jackson in this situation somewhere before, haven't we?
Oh, we certainly have.
If the Falcons kick him the ball, I'm going to fall out of this press box.
Both of us. We'll do a tandem leap. And the Falcons will let it run all the way down, milk the clock as much as they can, take the timeout. And you've got 15 seconds left. And of course, Tom Coughlin wanted Matt Dodge to kick one out of bounds at the end of the game. Of course, Philadelphia right now, here it is. That's the way the game ended at the Meadowlands last year. An improbable, unbelievable, come from behind Philadelphia victory. And now with Bobby April as the special teams coach of Philadelphia, if you've got a great punt block play. Here it is.
Well, I tell you what I would do is I would rush both edges knowing that he's going to try and turn one way or another to make this kick. If they have the guts to fake it, so be it. But I would load up both edges on this thing. And whichever way he turned, I would try to at least rush him. So many times punters mishit it down the middle when they get in a hurry because they're trying to kick it to the side. And if they shank it, it ends up going right down the middle of the field.
Well, he shanked one before for an 18-yard kick. The rookie out of Miami, Joe Zelenka, will snap it. And Jackson hoping for one shot.
Yeah, I think you're going to see everything off the edge here. They're set up for it.
Good snap by Zelenka. Gets the kick away.
Time to jump.
Oh, baby. Jackson from the 48. And what a tackle at the 45 with 5 seconds. That's Stephen Nicholas. So one play now. Kafka at the 45-yard line.
Boy, for Stephen Nicholas, that's huge. When he kicked that down the middle, I could not believe it. I thought he was going again. He stepped up like he had a lane.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Are we ever going to have a game that doesn't end on the final play?
I hope not.
This is unbelievable.
The all-time prevent defense. Falcons have 4 guys back inside the 10-yard line.
I would have put Tony Gonzalez back there.
Jackson's going to step up. And he's going to launch one on a wing and a prayer into the end zone. Batted down. Falcons win. Batted down by Lofton. Game of big plays, turnovers, mistakes. A lot of craziness tonight.
Matt Ryan, you earned that one tonight. What a gutsy effort. And of course, Mike Vick's in the locker room when it ends, and you just have to wonder how it would have come out otherwise. But Matt Ryan took the beating of a lifetime and kept making plays and ended up winning this thing. And for Mike Kafka, he deserved much better. Who knows how this one comes out if Macklin makes that catch.
The Wendy's post-game report is coming right up after this beauty in Atlanta. 35-31 Falcons. Wendy's post-game after these messages from your NBC station.